Hi, nice meeting you. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Dominic Neesmith, and I'll be answering some interview questions for Brett. For change was when I first enrolled in Louisville University, Maryland, back in 2018, and we first started getting into classes and everything. The change from high school to college is really a lot, and I don't think a lot of people really grasp just how much is changing, how much things is going on. Having the freedom of not being in your home if you're on campus like I was, it's just a lot, and it's the process of going to your own person is a lot to take in, while also classes and everything else. My biggest challenge that I faced during that journey was study habits. I slightly could breeze through high school without studying too much, but college you definitely have to get into your study habits. That was one thing I had to go through. I could not just naturally just know everything in my head. I had to actually take some time to study and focus and everything, especially with all the distractions that can come with college. How's my perspective on life change from before my transformation till now? Drive, focus, study habits, just knowing how to separate myself from distractions and any other part of life to focus on what I really need to focus on at the moment. And lastly, what advice would I give somebody who's also going through and beginning the journey that I'm starting? You're going to lose some friends, maybe not have as much people to speak to. It just it's part of the process. It's part of growing up and everything. I'd say don't take it to heart. People who's going to be there for you is going to be there for you, and if they aren't, they aren't. It's just part of the process, and it's it's necessary for where you're going to be at in the next journey, and any more you take on.
All right, so describe a time where that sparked your desire for change. So I'm someone who works within the field of education, and my work centers around family engagement. And so we understand research understands that the best academic success comes from when educators and parents are united together in a child's education. And so the thing that sparked change for me to work within this field was just my personal experience going through the college application process. I'm a Loyola University Maryland alum, but I'm also first generation in my family to go to college. The whole process for me to be able to go to school was a little difficult because I had to explain a lot of things to my parents about what the education system looks like here in the U.S., the process for financial aid, and just navigating the college process as you know immigrants to the United States. So it was a hard process, and I know that many like me are going through this process, especially undocumented student populations. And so that's what sparked my desire to be within education and to address things like that. The biggest challenge that I would say that I faced throughout my professional career is definitely the soft skills. Working within just corporate, I feel like being the first generation college graduate in my family, and also coming from an immigrant background, I'd had to get used to. Even though I was raised in Baltimore and grew up in Baltimore, I had to learn how to liaise with people and manage relationships within the work field. And it was a little bit hard for me to learn at first, just because I wasn't used to it. And I just needed a little bit more exposure of it. But the soft skills being like negotiation, public speaking, working with people and managing relationships was something that I had to get better at. And so I would say that was my biggest challenges, but just definitely getting exposed to it a little bit more and getting to meet new people, learning how to best network, and putting myself out there has really helped me a lot with developing these soft skills. And also, I think for the first time, being able to take mental health a little bit more seriously. I haven't really been exposed to mental health services like therapy growing up. But with time, I was able to explore it a little bit more. And so that's definitely helped me a lot become more of a confident professional and to network with people, maintain relationships, and present myself as a truly attendant, not being always scared to come out of my shell.
Good.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
So, an advice I'd give to somebody going through a similar journey is just to remember that it's always a marathon and not a race. There's been times where I've come back from work feeling a little bit down or a little bit exhausted. Times where I would, come from work and all I wanted to do was sleep for an extended period of time. It's important to understand that, to an extent, try to remove your personal feelings from the work. If you're trying to change systems, you're going to have to work within bureaucracies. And so the longer that you can keep working within these bureaucracies, the longer that you have to be able to change systems the way that you want them to look like. It's very easy to take everything personal, working within your just professional career. So I would encourage you not to take it personally, to remember to set boundaries between work and your personal life. Remember to take your mental health seriously, to talk to a mental health professional when you have a chance. Therapy is for everybody. You don't necessarily have to have a quote unquote problem. Just someone to be able to vent to, because it's going to keep you in the game for much longer, and you do a disservice to yourself and a disservice to the people that you have in mind when you're fighting these systems. If you burnt out and leave, the longer you could stay in, the more chances you have throughout the years to actually implement change. So that's what I would say. It's just, it's a race, not a marathon. If something doesn't go your way, take it, learn from it, and just continue running with it.